Welcome back everyone to the third episode of making Endless Flyer in Godot 4. And in this video we will try to make objectives as well as fix some stuff from previous video. So first I would like to begin by going to our two lines of these and Control X, cutting them out and placing them in airplane, since a comment suggested to do this, and I totally agree with you. Then we go to under visibility, select top parent, top level for both of them, and then from main going and taking those two wings, cutting them again, placing them in the airplane. As you can see, they're in the correct position. And now we select line 2D and drag the right wing to it, and then line 2D2, and we select the left wing and select it to that. I'm gonna make some adjustments to our lines, which will be, before it was -1, so let's reset it to 0. Now a few things to note: because we changed the position of the lines, the trails, we need to set the Z index to a bigger one, so I'm gonna set it to 100, since our airplane should be at the top and the most visible out of all. And now you can see that we have a much clearer main scene, and it should work the same way. Yep, it does. And now let's make the objective. So we're gonna make a new scene, other node, and let it be sprite 2D. It doesn't really matter. And here, let's rename it to objective. Of course, let's save this to our scenes. Under it, let's add another sprite 2D, which will be objective circle. And here to the textures from our assets, we can add the objective ring first of all. And to our objective, let's add a boat, this right here. So you can see that we have a boat and we have the circle. We need to add another thing on top of this, which will be area 2D. And under area 2D, add a collision shape 2D. Of course, the collision, as you can see by the circle, will be a circle. And let's increase to the size as our objective circle sprite is. And here we have basically the entire objective hierarchy done. So now I think it would be quite smart to drag it to main scene and see the size difference. And as you can see, I think we need to increase it by 2 times to make it better. Go to main again, let's see. Yeah, this is much more, I like it. So we'll keep it like this. Going back to objective, here we need to create a new script. So under script, I'm gonna select new script, which can be just objective.gd. And here we are going to put it in scripts folder right here. Let's create it. First, we need 3 variables, which will be inside, which is false, then main, and then done false. Now I will tell you about them in a second. First, what we need to do is reference our main in ready function, which will be main equal to get tree dot get root, and then dot get child, and here it will be 0. So this is how we reference our main. There is probably other ways to do it, so Don just sticks to one method. This is what we're going to use. And we can delete the process function and instead underscore input. And here is going to be if event is dot is action pressed, and here it will be drop. It can literally be anything, but that's what I'll use. Then and inside and isn't done. So before I do anything here, let's go to project settings, under input map, and here add a new input map, a new action, which will be a drop. I added this, and under let's add press space. You can see that space comes down, and okay, this is what we'll use to drop stuff. Now here we need to do some things. If our aircraft is inside the circle and the objective hasn't been done yet, and we pressed space to drop the objective, we need to do three things. First, let's go to our main. So main dot, and here we need a function which will be, let's say, objective dot underscore done, and this will work. Will be called in our main. So here we need to create a function which will be function with the same name, of course, and let's add pass for now. Now let's get back to objective, and here a few other things we need to do. So of course done is equal to true, and another thing what we need to do is clear, just for visual stuff, clear the objective circle. So I'm gonna reference this and here do Q3. Basically this will delete this from our scene. Two more things we need to do is two more functions from area to D. So if I press on area to D node, and here there will be two different things we need to do when the aircraft enters and when the aircraft leaves. For this we will use body entered, so I'm gonna connect this and just do connect. That's pretty much what we need. And for this here, what will change is simply inside equals to true. But this is important for us since we want to track when the aircraft is inside and outside the possible to drop space. Now another, let's go back to area 2D, and here body exited, again reference this and connect it. Now to this, I don't know why it creates so much empty space, but it doesn't matter. And here inside will be equal to false. So now, just to make a few visual things and to not instantly delete our objective, or this part is not really necessary, but I'll still do it for efficiency. So here after this, I'm gonna write a wait. It's gonna be get tree dot create timer with let's just say 15 seconds dot timeout, and here we are going to just do self dot q not redraw q3. So what this essentially will do is when we drop, and it's possible to drop and everything works like intended, we basically do call the objective is done in our main, the root scene, then we mark it as done, then we delete the circle that we can drop, and now we do an await of 15 seconds just for visual stuff. We could essentially just delete it instantly, but I want it to look a little bit better. So what we do is wait 15 seconds, and after those 15 seconds are out, we do self.q3, which essentially deletes the main part, and the objective is gone. Now, if we press on this warning, you can see that it says that we do not use body, which are these two things. So what I'm gonna do is just put an underscore so we don't have these warnings, even though it doesn't really change anything for us. And this is pretty much it. Now, let's go to main, and we're gonna modify our objective underscore done. First, of course, we need to do another thing. There is no objective yet. So first what we need to do is create a new function. Actually, I like to do it above it since, like, you know, beginning and ending stuff. So function, which will be spawn underscore new underscore objective. And here we're going to calculate some things. So first it's gonna be var, which will be a random direction equal to randf times tau. So tau is 2 times of pi, but I'm using this because instead of 2 times pi, so it's faster. And simply it generates a random direction where from the player the objective will spawn at. So here another variable which will be a random underscore distance. and it will be equal to round f.range, and it will, let's do it to 1000 and 4000. This is likely the best what I liked to use, so that's what I'm gonna use. And another variable we are going to need is a variable offset, which will be equal to vector2.from angle. This is a built-in function, and here we are going to put in our random underscore direction and outside times it by random underscore distance. So this is the basically the offset of our objective from the player. And now another variable which will be basically the last thing, it will be a variable spawn position, and we need to go to the top, and here let's right click on our airplane and press access as unique name. So essentially there's only one airplane of its kind, and that's the player, so we can make it unique and it doesn't get lost. So I'm gonna drag it in with control, holding control, and we're gonna get a good reference. So I'm gonna copy this, and here it's gonna be airplane dot global underscore position plus what we just calculated. It's the offset before we actually we haven't actually spawned the new objective. So here we need to make a var. It's going to be active objective, or it can be anything, to be honest. It can be it can be instance, as many of people call it, and it's going to be equal to. Now again, we need to go to the top, and above all, I would say we need to reference our from our assets. We need to reference the objective scene. So I'm gonna hold control again. It gets referenced, and I'm gonna copy the name here, stick it here, objective.instantiate, and this is pretty much it. We have at this point we spawn the new objective, and of course another thing we need to do is add as a child this. So I'm gonna copy and paste it here, and this will add our current objective to main as a child. And the last thing, of course, we need to set the position of it. So it's gonna be active underscore objective, which will be dot global position, and it will be equal to spawn position. And that is it. We have set everything we wanted. So this is pretty much it. And now here, objective done. What we need to do is basically just select this, what we just created, and insert it like that, because when the objective is done, we want a new one. And another thing I would like to add, it will be after all of these, which can be a variable of score, which will be equal to 0 at the start, just for simple tracking. And here it will be score plus equals 1. This will come in handy later. Go to process, and here I'm gonna do a print, which will print our airplane position, and then let's print our objective. So what I'm gonna do is make a temporary variable which will hold as the objective. So I'm gonna do, after all of these, temporary to our active objective, and here do the temporary dot global position. I'm done. We need to make it to string, of course. That's my bad. Another thing we haven't done, let's go to the top, and here let's use underscore ready, because we actually need to spawn the new objective at the start. So let's do just that. So now after running the game, we can see that some positions spawn. So let's try to match it. It should be, did I miss it? Yeah, that's here. Okay, it's quite small. Now going back to objective, let's change its scale from 2 to, let's say, 5 actually. It should be better. Let's select the objective circle and make it above clouds. So let's actually make it under ordering. Let's make it 200, so it's really visible to us. And the last observation would be that our airplane is on layer 2, so objective area 2D should mask layer 2. So now if I run the game, let's see what happens. So I'm gonna try to follow, and you can see that the area is far bigger than it was. And let's drop the thing, and anyone of course changes. So that is awesome. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.